Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? I'm sure you...
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. He can fold lyrium into... it's a process. And there you have it.
What do you wish of me? If you must. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you. No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the Some of these traditions are old, indeed. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. I'm shocked that you think so. Being a mage of the circle, but perhaps you felt a little like a caged bird as well. I thought so. The form of an animal is... in time, I gain nothing by studying another human. There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have... But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I see. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch? Oh, you're simply... But enough of such...
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Do you see the tower? The view from the top must be spectacular.
If there's anything I can do for you... I suppose since you told me... I am originally... I was a merchant. I ran a fairly successful business. One... He'd been... They were... She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Well, the lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. That's exactly... The noble bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I... Yeah. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? Ah, yeah. I'm married to a Sandal here. I took him in.
We left...
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again. It's not as if... He might have even been... He can work...
Enchant...
Well, he does see... I'm sure... and your friends are full. I'm sure...
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
How deep is this lake? Do you think we're allowed to swim in it?
You have some kind of problem? Oh? What was this about? I worried this might happen. I have no choice. Forgive.
As you say.
What now? Right.
Yes.
Very well.
Well, look at this. I remember taking you across when you left with that fella Duncan. And now you're a Grey Warden. My pap used to tell me stories about them. Templars took the boat. I don't got a clue. They wouldn't tell me. Gregor just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester, we got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy, named for my grandmum she was. If I had to guess, I'd guess it had to do with magic, but the tower's always got something to do with magic. Don't look at me. Gregor's told me to stay here till it blows over, but I'm telling you, some storms don't blow over easy. Maybe you could at that. I'm sure your mind's all afire now, eh? Oh, I can't. The first enchanter's all right. He's polite as can be, but he's always a little distant, if you get my drift. But Gregor'll stay to talk. I reckon he likes hearing from us. He's a man to be respected, that Gregor. All right.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry. Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet. Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every make us smile up.
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass. Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it. Yes? Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that? And if you can't prove you're who you say you are, I'm not letting you in. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go. Is that bad? Look, I'm, just trying to do my job. I'll take you right now, just like you wanted. Come along, I suppose.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray. Well, look who's back. A proper Grey Warden now, are we? Glad you're not dead. Perhaps. Now we're dealing with a situation that doesn't involve you, Grey Warden. I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. We were too complacent. First Jowan, now this. Don't think I've forgotten your role in Jowan's escape. A rogue blood mage is not an annoyance. Do you not realize the damage he might have already caused? I can only hope that someday Jowan gets what he deserves. But right now I have other pressing concerns. We don't know. We saw only demons, hunting Templars and mages alike. I realized we could not defeat them and told my men to flee. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again. If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing. I assure you, an abomination is a force to be reckoned with, and you will face more than one. Ah, that arrogance hangs about you like some fell cloud, doesn't it? If you succeed, I would owe you much, enough that I would pledge my Templars to your cause. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal. We have nothing to offer you, but gratitude and service. I have heard the tower holds many valuable artifacts. I expect we'll have to consider them lost or destroyed. A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
My wounds! They burn! It's unbearable!
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies. Yes,
Would you like to trade?
They'll rip you apart and eat you from the inside out.
Something you need? I'm sure. I ran a fairly successful... She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're... The lost ties. They've bribed the guard that was watching me. Now, is there anything the boy or I... That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll... Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least. It's not all that different up here. There are places... Is that so bad? They destroy everything. That's what I tell myself, too. I'm sure...
Yes? Well, here I am. I knew this would come up sooner or later. In it, I stood, I fell, and the darkness drew me in. When I woke, everyone knew. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, in my dream, there are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Black devours everything? That is why...
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed. Interesting. Interesting.
I could get used to this, you know.
That's a wonder...
I have a thought. We have an opportunity that I believe we should take advantage of. To the point. My mother was once divested of a particular grimoire by a most annoying Templar hunter. It occurred long before I was born, but even today, Flemeth speaks of the loss with great rage. With the circle of magi in such disarray, it occurs to me that this might be the perfect time to recover the tome from their possession, for surely it eventually ended up in their hands. Flemeth is a sorceress of legend, is she not? And her grimoire would be more than a mere curiosity to mages that daren't even glance toward. No doubt 'tis considered something dangerous, perhaps best locked away somewhere dark, yes? And if not, then at least I know it does not exist. But there is no harm in looking. Good, I am most... The grimoire is... I await your command. At time, a world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees. For a time, but I recall the first... I happened upon a note. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to Flemeth. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. Beauty. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been. They did. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely. I find myself at times wondering what might have become. I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I? Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question. What is it you asked? For many years, in time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief for... Would you not do the... For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands, I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for. I think not. I am no frail. Only once was I accused of being... He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his... Men, I played the weakling, and the point being that... Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting? At least with that sort of touching, I would have been able to intuit the... There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again. I have no qualm with the mission I have been set. Well, let's get on with... I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time... I await... So, full of questions, are you? Well, that depends, does it not? What does she... Oh, tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother to I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not, as the tale is sung by the bards. Many the tales say, in truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his love. Aye, it was. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge. That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so Flemeth begged the spirits, Lord Conobar's allies. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. The truth of the matter, Cormac led... Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but mother claims not. Flemeth, dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious. I find myself... I await your command. So, full of questions. Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do. I await your command. So, full of questions. Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless... Beg pardon then, while I jump for... In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. I am no prick. For all... I was unfamiliar with so much. He pointed and gasped, and... Not that I did not have trouble. Yet, I still do not understand it all too... Yeah, well, let's...
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? Really? But here I am, but you see, but poor Duncan's. My great... So King Arland banished the wardens, and he took House Dryden hard to... After King... And our family... But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. I asked for the truth. We know she died. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll... Well, no, I spent years, so I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour. I can pick my way through the... But the place, will you think on it at least? $1,000. I'll mark down the...
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Maker, have mercy.
I wish this were over. We're running low. Yes. Would you like to trade?
This is the prison for your mages? Ours is not so grand.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in. Right. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. I thought you said... Wait. You're serious? You look pretty... Let's see what you...
Very well. Yes.
You have coin, stranger? The doors are marked, fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
I am impressed.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I, should probably have told you earlier. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon, exactly? No, I'm not his son. I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because... well, because my father was King Marek, which made Caelan my half-brother, I suppose. How? When would I say that? Oh, by the way, King Marek had sex with a servant and she produced a bastard son. That's me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Caelan's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me. Maybe. She felt threatened by my... I remember... Stupid thing to do. Let's hope... And that's... Oh, so there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm so... Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret...
thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believe... Have you come to help us? Oh. Then you... We're under... We've no...
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, our Lehman's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news!
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
I refer to Cailan, of course. Our sister was Queen Rowan, King Merrick's wife and Cailan's mother. Make her rest her soul.
So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault. Some call them the Walking Dead. They hit again, with Cailan. I have a feeling tonight's...
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
There are no Darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand. Perhaps.
Thank you. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what...
Yes, my...
Now then, there... Murdoch, the village... You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle. Very well.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
What will we do? Night approaches and our men are outside ready to die for us.
Let us pray. You are a stranger amongst us, and a mage, I see. Yet you still defend our home in its darkest hour. We are grateful. Do not fear. I am not about to raise a rabble against you. I am sure your magic will prove valuable before the day is out. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chant.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. Of course, child. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the...
I do not want to become one of those things dragged off and made into a monster.
Why haven't Mother? Give me a sword.
I fear
I want
most
to
for
help
the children.
What is it you need, child?
It breaks my heart.
They said, please, have mercy. Help these people.
What do you need? There is not much daylight left. Very well.
Good day. You're a Grey Warden, right?
Were you in My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since. I am. You've heard of me? I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me. Maker's blessings upon you.
I'm so scared, Father.
The Maker
If
will
monsters make
judge
it to the
us by
chantry.
how we meet.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
The chant of light with Mother Hannah.
Those...
How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too. You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Is this it?
You know, we don't have the men
I wish
we
Owen
need.
would relight the
Their
fall.
numbers just keep growing each night.
Still no sign of them. King's dead.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you?
In a civil war.
I heard they all died with the king. Could be that I did. We aren't gonna turn...
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left. I hope. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge. We need... Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even... His daughter, he demanded we... He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do it. Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd appreciate...
Of course.
Don't you ever talk? You know, make polite conversation, just to put people at ease?
You mean that I should remark upon the weather before I cut off a man's head?
Never mind.
Go away. This isn't your home.
A small human. I say burn it out.
Ah! What are you doing? All right, I'll come out. Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm. I just didn't want to be at the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave. I wasn't always in here. I hid when I heard you coming. I was... Well, I shouldn't tell you. It's a secret. You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was... I thought... If I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and... kill the bad... Thank you, sir. But the sword is too heavy for me. I... guess I'm not as strong as someone like you. But I...
very well.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home. No, have to run the place. It's not like I could stop people like you anyway. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now, kindly tell me why you're here. Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there. Why? When did this town ever rush to my rescue? So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly. Don't thank me. Go tell Murdoch you... Have you spoken to Owen? Is he not the most stubborn fool? Thanks for persuading him to come out here. I have a... Stop fidgeting.
I don't like being out. Minnie's giving me the evil eye.
As you like.
Not looking for company. I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you do, don't you? I know spy when I see one.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't want to. I'm not... I mean, I was just told to... I mean, just leave me alone. About what? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people. I'm not here to hurt anyone, I swear. I'll tell you what you want to know, just don't kill me! This is more than I bargained for. Look, but they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything. Here, this is a letter from them. It has I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
Fitting.
Oh.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free aid.
Did you expect it?
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Lloyd is charging us for...
What? I can't believe I'm still alive. I guess that could change tonight.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
You're telling me...
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Ha! I've seen...
Lloyd is...
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny. Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you... That's... good to hear. What business? The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a... grease... Oh, you think I'm pretty, do you? You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return? You're a rare one, you are, making me laugh with this blackness hanging over our heads. I tell you what, sweetie. You make it through the night, and you'll get your kiss. Make her bless you. I'll kiss every man in the village if we survive!
Hurrah! 3 cheers for Bella!
Keep safe.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever... Haven't had many travellers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes? Right, I've got some supply. Hey, what can Lloyd get you? Name. So, why'd you come to the village now? The roads can't be... Well, that explains it. Something else I can get for you? Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free. I never thought of that. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on...
Oh! You're a saint!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear... Something else I can get for you? Fine. Make them quick. Why? What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? But Van Tegan said we didn't have to. He said...
I approve. All who are able should fight.
But all of this better be here when I get back.
I see you got that bastard... I guess this puts me in charge. Poor Lloyd will have... Fair enough. Let me see what...
Go away. Curse you. Leave me. I am. Alright, just don't destroy anything, damn you.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So, I open the... So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for. Why should I help murder my girl, Velena? She's one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone.
I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us? Is that so? Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdoch and his men, not good enough. I want a promise. Promise me that I'll accept.
Is this a promise we will not keep? I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. If you need... Hey. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. Not if I'm... Yeah. I must admit, it feels good to be... I've you to thank for that, stranger. Just do what you've promised. Right.
I hear you. Well, I don't... Well, it looks... The damn fool... I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards... I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow. You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
What did you do? I mean, 20 days is a long time to sit in one place and do nothing.
No word from the castle?
No, all is still, as it has been for days. And it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Oh, it's sort of like coming home. Run down.